Hi, welcome to Colorful Creative Watercolors, and I'm Laurie, and we are going to talk about wet on dry versus glazing on cold pressed paper and hot pressed paper to see the difference. So I'm starting off with some sap green pigment, and I'm doing a wet on dry and showing you on cold pressed paper of what that looks like. So then we're going to go to hot pressed paper, and then we're going to do the same thing, and I'll show you how that looks a little bit different. Because painting on cold pressed paper and painting on hot pressed paper with watercolors, you get two different effects. This seems to go on a lot smoother because it is a smoother texture, where cold pressed is a rougher texture. But as you can see, the paint looks just a little bit different when we do the comparison. You can see how different that looks, where on the cold pressed paper, those colors that seem to blend a little bit better than on the hot pressed paper. So yeah, so now let's look at glazing. We're going to do it on the hot pressed. We're going to do that on those leaf stems. So I used a sap green on there, and then I'm going to add some lemon yellow, and I'm going to lay that on top of, there's the lemon yellow. I'm going to lay that on top of the dried green paint of the leaf there. And you'll see how we can blend that in. And like I said, this is what is called glazing, is you're putting another layer over top of a dry layer. So I'm just painting that on there, and then I'm just going to smooth that in. And you can see how it still has the undertone of the green, but adds that little bit of the yellow, adds a nice little extra texture on there. So we'll do it again on the other leaf. And we'll see how that looks. Take off some of that yellow and just smooth that in. That really gives it a really beautiful texture on there when you do the glazing, when you're layering a color over top of a color, then just kind of smoothing it in. I really like how that looks. But that is on the hot press paper. So let's do that on the cold press paper, and we'll see if we like that even better, if we like it the same. But this exercise here is just to show you what it looks like between the two papers, and what wet on dry and what glazing, what those techniques are. So I'm putting it, laying it on top of the green. Now I did notice that it was a little bit different painting that on. Once again, you know, we have the rougher texture. But I will say I do like the effect of it as well on here. So, and then you decide once I smooth that in there a little bit. So once we do a side-by-side comparison, you tell me which one you like the best. So I thought that got pretty nice as well. So there they are. There's the hot pressed up top and the cold pressed down on the bottom. I like the cold pressed version of the wet on dry, but I actually like the cold pressed version of the glazing. So there, I'm just kind of pulling out there a little bit so you can actually see it better. I don't know, you tell me, what do you like better? I prefer painting on cold pressed paper. But hey, thanks for watching, and remember, stay colorful, stay creative, and have fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.